Hi friends, thank you for joining me today. My name is Molly. I go by Molly McMaker here on YouTube and over on Instagram, and this is a channel about cross stitch. Today is July the 19th, and this is going to be Flosstube episode number 2. If you're a returning viewer from my first Flosstube, thank you so much. I have over 500 subscribers for my first video, so I am so very truly thankful for everyone who watched my first video and for all of you returning. I got so many wonderful comments from so many people, and I've heard other people talk about how welcoming the Flosstube community is, and it really truly is. Everybody was so very sweet. So thank you for joining me today. I'm going to talk about my whips from the last episode. I'm also going to talk about the Stitching Bee retreat that I went to last weekend, which was my first retreat, and I have a little bit of haul from that. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to show all of my project bags because I got so many comments from my last video on my project bags, so I figured I would show them all to you today. So let's get into the whips. So the first project that I'm going to talk about today is from the Blue Flower in Praise of Pollinators. And I started this at the retreat last weekend, and this is my progress. So this is stitched on 32 count Stormy Night by Zweigart. I am using all of the called for flosses, and there's also a SAL. There's a couple of SALs I think that people are using, so I'll put the hashtag down below. But this is also my birthday start. My birthday was last week as well, and so I started this guy. I think I got over like 600 stitches at the retreat on this, so I'm super excited. She looks so cute, and I cannot wait for this one to be done. The next project that I worked on is the Love Boat Samplers by Ardith Designs, and I worked on this at the retreat. I didn't get a ton of work on it because there's a lot of color changes, and I was chatting, so it was kind of difficult to work on this one. So I think I only got about 200 stitches on this one, but she's super cute as well. And it's really not that big of a chart, so I'm really excited on this one. This is on stitch on Sakura, which is a 32 count linen from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. I did not get this linen at the retreat, but they did have this dyer at the retreat, so that was exciting to see. I am using my total, well, I'm using a conversion to color and cotton flosses on this one. I originally saw this pattern being stitched by Frizzy Lizzy Stitches and Elizabeth Ankin Stitch, and I think X Stitch MD. And so I went off of Frizzy Lizzy Stitches start because she's also using color and cotton. And so I pulled the ones that I had, and then I just kind of figured out the rest. These are all threads from Stash. So I was in their club where I was getting skeins every month. But I haven't been in that for a while because I got quite a lot of threads and I wanted to make sure that I was working through them. But if you're curious, I'm using color and cotton Bing Cherry, Cherry Fizz, Rhubarb, Spring Rain, Stained Glass, Lovebirds, Raincoat, Spool, Acadia, Old Penny, Smoky Mountains, Baby Carrots, and then Color and Cotton Fairy Tale. And then I have one from Weeks Dye Works, which is Cadet. And then I'm using one DMC, which is the white, which I don't have written down. Oh, no, DMC 3866. So excited about this one. She's gonna be super cute. This project that I worked on was the Seaworthy Sampler from Teresa Kogut, and this is my progress. So I did a lot of stitching on this little island over here and some over here in the water. I'm actually, so I did a few floss conversions on this one. So these are the flosses. I'm mostly using the called for floss, but I believe, I can't remember what color was called for the green leaves, but I'm using Weeks Dye Work Ivy, and I'm getting pretty low on this skein, and I'm really hoping that that I'm not gonna run out, but I guess we'll find out and see. The other changes that I'm making are for the little island over here, this brown and the blue. The color that's called for that little island is this Tarragon, and from Weeks Dye Work, and it's very green. And the picture just, it looks brown in the picture, so I wanted my island to be brown, so I changed that. I'm actually using 2 colors from Color and Cotton, also from the thread stash that I have. This is Bedrock and Canyon, and so what I'm doing is I'm just alternating them because I liked the variegated look. Each one of them individually just didn't seem like they were variegated enough for me, so I'll use one piece from one color and then another piece from the other color and just kind of alternate it to get that variation there. And I'm basically doing the same thing for the water. The water, I believe, was maybe this like greeny color in here. No, it's not that one. I think it's this one. I think it's this like greeny blue, and I just wanted it to be a little bit more blue. So I pulled from stash Color and Cotton, Great Falls, and Blue Jay. And again, I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing on that little island. I'm using one thread from one and another from the other. And I'm really crossing my fingers that this is gonna be enough thread for all that water, because there is a ton of water in this pattern. But it's coming out well, and because it's water, and because the lines are going to be very variegated, I started in the center to like make this wave. And so my intention is I'm going to stitch all the animals and maybe some of the things around it whenever I get closer to those, so that I can kind of like follow what would maybe be the wave to make it look a little bit more natural, because I'm blending the 2 colors. So I think that'll work out, and I think I can make it work. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, can't wait to make some more progress on this one. The next project that I worked on since I last saw you is Tudor Hound from the Blue Flower. And here is my progress. This was stitched on 32 count Legacy from Picture This Plus. I'm using all of the called for floss, so I didn't make any color changes there. The only things that I'm changing on this one is I have a greyhound, and he's brindle, so he has like these stripes on him, and I'm trying to make this greyhound kind of look like him. I didn't work anymore on the stripes because I did this stitching when I was at the retreat, and that was too complicated to work on while I was like trying to interact and talk with other people. So excited to make some more progress on this one, and I think he's going to be super cute. I started this for his 2nd birthday, so my goal is definitely to have this done before he turns 3. We'll see how that goes. There we go, Tudor Hound. My next project is called Sailor's Delight from Dees 20 Stitches and Uncanny Kari. So here is the progress that I've made since the last time I saw you. It really wasn't a whole lot. It was mainly just this color down here and a little bit of this blue. I think I mentioned in my last one, this has a ton of 3/4 stitches, so it's kind of a difficult stitch, but it is really cute. This is on a 32 count Waterfall from Color and Cotton. I believe it was one of their like club fabrics, but I was able to snag like an extra piece a while back. So I love the color. This is really beautiful. And then I'm not using the called for. Again, I'm using my Color and Cotton stash that I have. I'm using Ice Queen and Glacier Bay, and then it calls for a 3rd color. I've pulled 2 colors and I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to use. We'll see what it looks like whenever it gets there, but one is Leg Warmers and Stitch Markers. So that's what those are. And I think those look really cute together. Love that. And then my last project that I have to show you today is also a new start. I started this at the Stitching Bee retreat. This is just a freebie from Marjorie Massey, but it does say like not to share it, so I'm gonna just kind of do like a quick show of it that way. But I found this on the freebie table at the stitching retreat, and I wanted to start it at the retreat so that I could have a little something to commemorate the retreat and all of the new people that I met there, because everybody was super friendly, and we had a great table and we had some great conversation. I'm stitching this on Aurora Borealis from Color and Cotton. This is one that is like super variegated, and so I was really unsure like what I was going to use this for when I got it. So since this is charted as a monochromatic piece, I figured this would be a super good match. And I'm just stitching this on a piece of scrap. I mean, this is barely gonna be enough, so we'll see how that works out. But this is 32 count smoky white. I believe it's a Zweigart. But there's an alphabet in the chart, and what I was thinking about doing was stitching all of the initials of all the people at my table. So I make sure to get their initials, and so that's what I'm planning to do with that. And I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be super cute, and I love having a little something that I started at the retreat and to just remember that time, because it was a really good time and I really enjoyed it. So if anyone from the retreat is here today watching, and especially for my table, hi, welcome, thank you. You guys are fantastic, and I really hope to see you guys again in the future. So I also wanted to talk a little bit about the Stitching Bee retreat that I went to. Since it's already passed, I won't spend like a ton of time on it. But I went to my first retreat last weekend. I was super nervous to go because I don't know anyone in person that stitches, and I mean, I didn't know anyone that was going to be there. So it was a little scary, you know, just going up to strangers, but you know, it all worked out in the end. Everybody was super nice. Nobody was like, you can't sit with me. So it's great. You know, we play out all of these scenarios in our heads, and they're just absolutely ridiculous. Those things aren't going to happen. So everybody was super sweet. and very welcoming. I got lots and lots of things from the retreat. I'll start with some of the stuff from the Freebee table. I got these cute patterns from the Freebie table. This one about friendship and stitching was just so cute. And so I think if I go to another retreat, I think this might be something really good to start there. I got several things from my table mates, which is so sweet. You know, they didn't have to do that. And so that is, you know, super appreciative of that. I got a couple of needle minders from people. I really love this little space one because I live in Houston. We're called the Space City. So this one is super, super cute. Oh, I love it so much. Somebody made these bracelets. They stitched this little, you know, little quilting flower guy and put it on a bracelet. Oh, it's so adorable. I got another bee reminder because it is the stitching needle minder because it's a stitching bee. Someone left some thread drops. That's what those are called. Other people like had little things on the table just to like share with everyone. So I picked up a couple of these. I have some of these, but they're bigger. So I'm excited to use these. And then these, you probably saw it on my, one of the projects, you know, to kind of keep your fabric down. So that's super cute and sweet. Another person gave out a few DMCs, threads, and a pattern. It was a patriotic pattern, so it had a flag, so we got red, white, and blue. So super cute and very, very sweet. So thank you everyone for all of those amazing gifts. Oh, actually one more gift. Another person made this little scissor fob and stitched this little bee guy on the end, and they put the year on the back. So super, super cute. I'm gonna have to work on my table mate gift game for the next retreat that I go to. Some of the things that I bought is this cute little thread holder so that it unwinds and you put all your threads in there. Oh, how adorable is that? And I totally used that because I didn't have anything like that. Another thing that I bought was this daylight. So when I'm stitching at home, I have to have light. I have to have my reading glasses on because otherwise I just can't see the small count fabrics that I like to work on. So they did have some lights there. They had this one and they had another one. The other one wasn't as compact as this one, so that's why I got this one. So it comes in this little clamshell and it fits in here. Ooh, if I can get it out. And then it folds up and out, and you can turn it on, and you can turn the light down, or you can turn the light up. I don't think it has different like colored lights, but I mean, this works perfectly, and I can't wait to use this on future retreats. Also, I had heard at the retreat about some local stitching groups that meet up, and so now I have a light that doesn't need to be plugged in so that I can go to that. And I think it's pretty common for a lot of the retreats not to have power access at the tables because it's, you know, a tripping hazard and maybe even like a fire hazard to have like extension cords, you know, running all over the place. So they did not have power at the table, so you had to bring something that, you know, was rechargeable. And I had read that on the website. I guess the way that they said it on the website was no extension cords. And I mean, I think I knew what that meant, but I was just kind of like, you know, maybe there'll be some power at the tables, but there weren't. So I'm glad that they had these there. It was very expensive, but I think it's worth it, and I'm glad I bought it. So Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers was also at the retreat, and I got 2 different fabrics. Maldavian Dreams 36 count on linen, and this is just beautiful. I love the gradient on this. It's just so pretty. No clue what I'm going to stitch on it, but you know, I now have the perfect blue-green gradient. I also got Rustic Fall from Fiberlicious. This one is on a 32 count. If you haven't noticed, 32 and 36 is my preferred count. I kind of go back and forth. I guess it depends. Like I really like stitching with two strands with DMC. I really don't like starting one strand. I think that's the one thing that I just don't like about stitching with one strand is I don't like starting it because I'm just kind of worried it's gonna come out, because I usually do a pen stitch because I don't like to go over the back of my thread. I feel that that just takes way too much time, and I don't have time for that. When I start the new thread when I'm only using single count, I'm just kind of like, ooh, again, hopefully that doesn't come out. So this I also got a pattern from Ink Circles, the henna mandala. Maybe I'll put up something onto the side. And so I got some fabric for this project. I got several Live and Die LA Handmade fabrics. This is a 36 count. I also got this skein of 50 yards so that I made sure that I had plenty, and this is in the colorway Autumn Splendor, and so it has lots of colors. And then here's the fabric. It kind of looks like this all over. Well, I guess I can take it out. Okay, let's just open her up. So it's kind of like a pinkish color, and I think that will look really, really nice together. I also got a few other kind of sets of like the floss and the fabric. I have this heartstring samplery pattern called Whip It Good, and I just have one of those, but heartstring samplery has several patterns that are like that. So I have the Whip It Good. There's also Hoop, there it is, Baby Got Backstitch, and Who Let the Frogs Out. And actually, when I was talking to one of the ladies that was selling the items there at the retreat, she said that that she's planning to do a couple more. And it's kind of all clicking now because there's a local group to Houston that just had Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery come and do like a class and like a little lecture for them earlier this year. So apparently they've got some inside information, so watch out for those. So I have the Whip It Good, and I want to stitch it on this bluish purpley fabric. This is from Live and Die LA, a 36 count linen on this colorway Galacticus that I got. So I think that'll be super cute. I also got this green colorway. All of these fabrics are from Live and Dye LA. This one is Evergreen Dew, again on 36 count. I want them all to be in 36 count, so if I want to display, I'm thinking I'll display them in a frame, and that maybe I could kind of make like a grid of frames on the wall somewhere. This floss is called Smack the Jellyfish, and because this is like a green fabric and, you know, there's some green in the floss, I figured this would be perfect for the Who Let the Frogs Out pattern. So love that. And then lastly, this fabric is from my stash. I had actually bought like one of the other ones that I had shown. I think I had paired this floss with it, but I think like the light, you know, the hotel lighting is terrible. You know, it was very poor lighting in there, so it's kind of hard to see some of the colors. So when I got home, I was like, I don't know that that works out so well. But I had this one in a 36 count from Fiber on the Whim in the colorway Plum, that I thought would look super cute with this floss called Mermaid from Live and Dye. So that's my plan. I don't really have like a specific one of those patterns to stitch this combination on. But we'll figure it out whenever we get there. I don't even have those other patterns yet. I just have the one. But, you know, plans for the future. I also have a pattern called Buying Cross Stitch Like I'm Immortal. You know, who knows if I'll be able to finish all these plans, but one day, hopefully. So lastly today, I want to talk about all my project bags. Thank you for everyone who made a very sweet comment on my last video. So many of you guys asked questions about my project bags. So I'm going to show them to you today in a little bit more detail. I have made 15 project bags. I still have several more that I would like to make because I would love for all of my projects to have either a project bag that I've made or that I've purchased. I guess I have a few more project bags that are fabric because I have purchased a couple of them, but not too many. I think I really only have like 3. But I love for my projects to be in a project bag that kind of like matches the theme. You know, that's not always a requirement. You know, sometimes it doesn't work out like that, but when it does, I just, you know, I just really like that. So let's get started. I'm not sure which one of these was my first project bag. Actually, I take it back. I think it's this one because I was looking at it and she looks a little rough. Like this little edge right here is not nice. So yeah, I think this is my first one. So I think everybody seems like, or not everybody, but a lot of people are scared to like, you know, sew something or like try to make a project bag. But, you know, your first bag may not be the best. But I've continued to do it, and I think that my project bags are pretty decent. I don't know that they're like quality to sell, because I feel like, you know, there's some things that I would like to perfect a little bit more, but you know, we're all our own worst critic. So, you got to start somewhere. But this was my first project bag. It has these cute little, little bugs on the inside, and she's cute. So she gets used sometimes, but you know, again, she's not my favorite because she's, you know, the first one and just doesn't look as good as the others. I think I probably made this one next, just like a red project bag. I don't think either of these have any lining on the inside, and then I just bound the edges like I would do a quilt, because I was a quilter first, and that's the type of sewing that I know. So I think if there is a binding, I think all of them have like a quilt type binding. And then the zipper is just one of the little, you know, the small little zippers that you can get. This one is a big girl. So when I first, my first cross stitch project, I didn't know what I was doing. So and it was a big project. So I got a Q-snap that was big enough to hold the whole project. It didn't cross my mind to get a smaller hoop or, you know, Q-snap and to move it as you stitched. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, so it didn't cross my mind. So I got a giant Q-snap, and I wanted a big project bag to hold it. So then I made this one. And I have a quilt that's made out of the same fabric. It's from the Shine On, I think it's called the Shine On Sampler quilt. There is a book from Bonnie and Camille. They also have a corresponding cross stitch project that I also have all the threads for, but haven't started yet. But anywho, so this was probably the next project bag, so to specifically hold this. And I really hardly ever use this one because I don't know that I ever use this Q-snap, and really, to be honest with you, I don't know that if I'll ever use this Q-snap again. I guess we'll see. I'll hang on to it for a while and we'll see. It also has this zipper that is a big kind of chunky zipper. I can't remember what the zipper was called, but I got it from Joann's, and it, you know, is for maybe like, it might be like a jacket zipper or something. Again, I can't remember, but it's plastic, and I have made a few bags with these zippers, but I don't like them, and I'm not buying these anymore because I don't like sewing through them. If your needle catches on this giant honker of a zipper, like, it's gonna break like that. And I have broken so many needles trying to sew bags with these zippers. And even when I specifically try to miss the zipper, like, I just really have a hard time. So I don't like these, and I don't recommend you using them unless you just really love them. So here's another one of my project bags. This is a Christmas theme project bag. And it's all in Rifle Paper Company fabrics. I haven't been showing you guys the back. Oh, anyways. And so this kind of setup is like, and it has a handle. That other giant one also had a handle. And so this is kind of my preferred organization whenever I'm making a project bag. I like to have a big project bag that my Q-snap can fit inside. I like to have a smaller project bag that can hold like threads and other little things in here. And in a perfect world, it will also have a little thread keeper as well. This thread keeper actually, I think, is supposed to go with the other one. And I've experimented on the size on these and like the interfacing. But yeah, so cute stuff. The next big project that is a Christmas theme will go in here. Again, this also has that big chunky zipper thing that I don't like, but like I said, I have a few. Actually, I'm going to show all of those like right now. One of the next project bags that I made is this one from Teresa Kogut. Big zipper that I mean, it works, so I guess it's fine, but just sewing through it is not fun. Little project bag. Right now I have somewhat of a kitted up project in here. I wanted to do the anniversaries of the heart. I don't plan on doing like the giant one, but I kind of wanted to like break it up into family groups. Like my parents are divorced, so I was going to have like one for my mom's side of the family, one for my dad's side of the family, maybe like one for, you know, my immediate family that I have now. Anyhow, oh, and then a cute little thread keeper guy, and I've experimented on different little pieces of felt to put in there. But Teresa Kogut pattern fabric, Teresa Kogut fabric. I cannot speak. I did buy, so this is For the Love of Nature is the fabric line for this, and she has a matching cross stitch. I do have that cross stitch. I was going to start it for my birthday like a year or two ago, and I just haven't gotten to it. But once I do start that, I want to put it in this project bag because the fabric and the cross stitch will match like perfectly. So here is another project bag, and another thing, well, this one doesn't really have like a super matching. I like to kind of have like a little zipper pull that matches. We've got a handle. This one is beach summer themed. So I have in here a project that I finished that was patriotic. So little thread keeper, or a little thread guide, a little thread pouch, whatever you call it, and then a thread keeper. These, so a lot of times I like to order like a fat quarter bundle and, you know, just kind of like figure out the pieces to make that work, because I like to have, my preference is to have fabrics from the same collection, because you know that they all go together whenever they come from the same collection. So, and then the little houses on the little beach houses on the inside, super cute. Hi, I'm back. I had to take a short break to go get a massage, and we're gonna continue with bags. Okay, so these types of project bags are my preferred type of project bag to make for the vinyl front. Again, I like it to be large enough to hold my 11 by 11 Q-snap along with something on it. I think the rest of these bags all have by Annie zippers. I really like the larger zipper at the top, but not that other like chunky plastic one that isn't really for like bag making. But so this is my birthday project bag that I made to put my birthday start in last year, and it's got my Mary Morgans in it. I also have this cute little guy to go along with him. I love the ladies on the inside of the project bag. So cute. Oh yeah, there's ladies on the inside of this one too. Let me pull this out. So those ladies are so cute. I think this is probably my favorite project bag. It's pink. I love pink. I love color. It's bright. And it's just adorable. And then I made a little thread bed too that goes along with it. We got a little heart guy in there. This, I think I just used quilt batting in this, so it's really floppy. I think I would really prefer these to be a little bit sturdier. I have one that is really thick, but then I have problems like having the little snaps go in that one. It keeps falling off all the time. So I need to find something, an interfacing that's a little bit more sturdy than this, but not quite so sturdy that the snaps don't work. My next project bag is a Halloween themed project bag. So cute. I love this matching little zipper pull, a little ghosty guy. He is so cute. We've got this little bag. So cute. I got another Christmas one. I don't know if I have a little bag. There's not a little bag in there. I need to make one. Only so much time. This project bag is like a fall themed. So I had I think it was a panel that came with lots of different things, and I cut out this one, and then I just like quilted around it. So, I mean, this may not be like the best quilting possible if you look really closely, but it looks super cute. I guess one thing that I didn't talk about that I meant to mention, so for these vinyl project bags, I generally used like a foamy interface. There's the by Annie Soft and Stable, which is fantastic, although it's not cheap. There's also kind of a foamy type interface that I got at Joann's, but it's very squishy, and I made some other project bags with that in a different manner, and I don't really like it for those other project bags. But for this, like either the by Annie or the like foamy interfacing that you can get in at Joann's works well for these, because I generally like to quilt these types of project bags. There's usually some type of quilting on these. Cute little bag. And generally too, I like to use all of the same fabric line so that everything goes together. Another one, I've got my blue flower birthday project in this one. We've got some owls on it and a little bag. The inside of this is cute. So I think I did on these small ones that have the vinyl front, if I'm gonna do quilting, I definitely use that foamy interface type of stuff. And my retreat that I went to, I got a little bee at the retreat, and so I put that on my bag because this was the first project that I was working on that bag. First project that I stitched at the retreat, so I thought that would be really cute, and it didn't have a zipper pull. And then the last one like this is an ocean-y themed that I have my Seaside Sampler in. I love those fishy guys in there. That fabric is super cute. And then here we've got the small little bag. The inside fabric for this one was also quite adorable with those little oars. It's so cute, so cute. Oh, I even did a whole different fabric at the top, probably because I was just using whatever scraps that I had. I'm very much just like to use the scraps, no waste, and make it work. I mean, who's really gonna look at the inside of the bag on the back side? So that's all the project bags like that I have. I have a couple in this different style of project bags. So I just have a few that are all fabric. They're all fabric. The inside, that's not that interesting. But these, and here's one more. We've got some strawberries. These I made with the foamy battering, the foamy interfacing on all of the sides. And while the bag is cute, that's not really my preference. So I don't think that I'm going to make, I'm not going to use it on all sides again. I did it because I was going to quilt it, because there is quilting on both of these bags. But again, it's just not my preference. I have one more small little bag, a little Christmassy themed bag that I've got a lot of small Christmas items in that I want to stitch. We have some deer on the inside, you know, gotta have a full theme here. This one doesn't have that thick foamy interfacing. It has something that's a little bit lighter, so I like that a lot more for this. But again, too, I didn't quilt it. If I was gonna quilt it, I would probably only do it on the back, or I've purchased some project bags that I really like the weight of them, and so I'm gonna try to see if I can find a little bit heavier interfacing for those. And then the last project bag that I have with a little handle is this guy. I love this fabric, so cute. I have my Greenhouse of Oddities in this bag, and I love how like the fabric is dark, the flowers are kind of funky looking, so I felt like it was really kind of on theme. And then we just have, oh gosh, ooh, cute little pattern on the inside. Oh, this is that one. This is in the wrong bag, but this is the one that has the really stiff interfacing, which I like that it's stiff and it doesn't bend as much, but I'm surprised that the snaps are still on there because I thought I broke them. Well, I did squeeze them back together a couple times, so maybe it's good for now. Anywho, so yeah. And then like my handles are usually like different sizes. I've been kind of experimenting with different lengths. This bigger bag, I kind of wanted a bigger handle. And again, I'm using the scraps that I have. You know, one side is this fabric, the other side is this, because I think I had some extra when I was cutting. So I'm just gonna use what I have. Don't really have a standard for the width, but those are my project bags. And I will link a few videos down below on some of the videos that I watched to make the project bags. So one of them is from the Fat Quarter Shop. I think I changed the dimensions because I think theirs was a really large project bag, and also I don't think theirs has any lining in it. So I did change it so that there was some lining in there. You know, Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch has a couple project bag tutorials, and I know I used that on my fabric, the ones that were all fabric, and just kind of changed the dimensions because I like the proportion for the top part and just right under the zipper to be a little bit chunkier, just because I like that look. So those are my project bags. I got a ton of project bag questions last time, so if you have any more questions about those or comments, let me know. I would love to talk more about that. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciated all of the comments that I got last time, and all the subscribers. If you like this content and want to hear more from me, please subscribe to my channel so you'll be it'll be in your feed. And I can't wait to share again next time. Thanks. Bye. Okay, let's see. Hey, oh, that's gonna fall over. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. I think we got it. I don't really want your head in my way. Can you go? Can you go? Yeah. You're a sweet boy. But I need you to go away right now. I love you so much. Yes, I do. I love you so much. Get out. Yeah. No. Get out. Thank you. If the people can hear you moving around, I'm going to be really irritated. Go. Go. Go.